So Galatians chapter 3, and we're going to read just the first 5 verses together, please. Galatians 3, verse 1 through to verse 5. And the Apostle Paul, of course, writing this letter, he says, O foolish Galatians, who hath bewitched you, that ye should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Jesus Christ hath been evidently set forth, crucified among you? This only would I learn of you. Received ye the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? Are ye so foolish, having begun in the Spirit, are ye now made perfect by the flesh? Have ye suffered so many things in vain, if it be yet in vain? He therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit, and worketh miracles among you, doth he it by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? Amen. And we'll finish at verse 5, knowing God will bless his word to our hearts this evening. Now, last week we finished off chapter 2. We looked at the concerns that Paul had, the doctrinal concerns that he had with regards to how Peter had been behaving when he withdrew from fellowship with some of the believers in the Galatian churches because of the legalism of others. And he outlined 4 things. He outlined that it could cause a divided church, that it could be seen as a denial of justification, a diminishing of the gospel, and a despised grace. And when we finished off last week, we noted that for us as God's people, when we think about the grace of God in our lives, when we think about the grace of God in salvation, we ought to be those who almost in a sense fall in love afresh with the Lord for all he's done for us. We love him and we live for him. We don't depend upon ourselves, and we don't depend on how we can keep the law for our salvation. So Paul's continuing on with that theme